Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Tonight, we're going to continue reading Animorphs number 2, The Visitor by Kay Applegate. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. The next day after school, I headed for my gymnastics class at the YMCA, which is just across from the mall. They have a big indoor pool, so the entire building always smells of chlorine, except for the weight room, which just smells like sweat. My class is taught in a smaller room with blue mats covering the floor. We have balanced beams and uneven parallel bars and a vaulting horse with a springboard. I'm okay at vaulting and the parallel bars, but I'm pretty lame at the balance beam. To be honest with you, it kind of scares me. It takes such total concentration. It's not one of those real serious gymnastic classes. I mean, none of us is going to be going to the Olympics. When I started out, I had dreams of being the next Shannon Miller. But then I started to grow. I'm pretty tall now, for my age. People look at me now and say, "Oh, you're going to be a model." Not, "Oh, you could be a gymnast." Most of us in the class are too tall or too heavy to ever be serious gymnasts. We do it for fun and for exercise. I do it because I've always thought of myself as kind of clumsy. My mom says I'm not, but that's how I feel anyway. Besides, it's just cool hitting the little springboard and flipping through the air to bounce off the vaulting horse and stick the landing. Not as cool as flying. Maybe. But fun just the same. Melissa Chapman was in the locker room changing into her leotard when I came in. She's the exception to the rule in our class. She does look like a gymnast. She's small and thin, even though she doesn't starve herself like some fools who wanted to get into gymnastics. She has pale gray eyes and pale blonde hair and pale skin. She looks like one of those solemn elves in a Tolkien book. At first glance, she looks delicate, but when you look a little closer, you see strength there too. Melissa gave me the kind of not very warm smile she always gives me lately, like she was distracted or thinking about something more important. "Hey, Melissa," I said. "How's it going?" "Fine. How about you?" "Oh, pretty much the same old thing." That was a lie, of course. But what was I going to say? "Yeah, Melissa, same old, been turning into animals and fighting aliens. You know, the usual." Melissa didn't say anything else. She just adjusted her leotard and started to do a few little stretches. That's the way it was. We said hi, but not much more. It used to be we were very close. She was my second best friend after Cassie. "Melissa, I was thinking, maybe you'd like to walk over to the mall with me after class? I have to buy a new pair of sneakers." "The mall?" She stammered a little and then started blushing. "You mean go shopping?" "Yeah, walk around and look at stuff and check out the cute guys and the snide women at the perfume counters." I tried to sound casual, like it was no big deal. In the old days, it would have been totally nothing, but now Melissa looked like a trapped animal. When had Melissa and I gotten to be such strangers? I'm kind of busy," Melissa said. "Oh, That's cool. I understand. But I didn't understand. Not at all. She started to walk away. I was going to let it go, but then I remembered. This wasn't just about a friend who had drifted away. This was about her father, one of the leaders of the controllers, one of our most dangerous enemies. I grabbed her arm. Melissa, look, I feel like we've kind of gone different ways, you know, and I miss you. She shrugged. Okay, well, maybe we could get together sometime. Not sometime, Melissa. That's just you blowing me off. What's going on with you? What's going on with me? She echoed. For a moment, a look of extraordinary sadness darkened her eyes and tugged downward at the corners of her mouth. Nothing's going on with me, she said. We better get out there or Coach Elway will have a fit. She pulled her arm away. I just watched her go. I felt like a complete and total jerk. Something had happened to Melissa, and I hadn't even noticed. She was my friend, and something had changed in her, and I hadn't seen it. I just gone my own way. And now I was only acting like a concerned friend. The truth was, I was only paying attention for my own reasons. I wasn't able to concentrate on the lesson. Not concentrating when you're doing gymnastics can be painful. I slipped on the balance beam and banged my knee so badly I cried. Melissa was the first one to rush over, and for about 10 seconds she was the old Melissa. But by the time I'd gone back up, she was off across the room in her own little world again. It was right then that the terrible suspicion started. Melissa had been acting very strangely. Her father was a controller. I looked at her from across the room and felt a chill. Was she one too? Was my old friend Melissa a controller? I didn't go shopping after my lesson. I didn't really feel like it. Melissa's eyes, the way she had looked at me, kind of killed my urge to shop. I was supposed to head over to the mall, then call my mom when I was done to come pick me up. That was the plan. But since I didn't feel like mall crawling, I just headed home, alone. The sky growing dark as rain clouds moved on. It was stupid and careless of me. But I guess I was preoccupied with other things. Although, at least I had the sense to stay out of the construction site. I was walking down the sidewalk that runs along the boulevard when suddenly I realized that a car had pulled up just a little way down the sidewalk from me. A guy got out. He looked like he was in high school or even college. He also looked like trouble. I should have turned around and run back toward the mall, but sometimes I don't always do the sensible thing. Sometimes I regret not doing the sensible thing. This was one of those times. "Hey, baby," he said. "Wanna go for a little ride?" I shook my head and clutched my gym bag close. What an idiot I was to be so careless. "Now don't be stuck up, sweet thing," he said. "I think you'd better get in the car." The way he said it didn't sound like an invitation. It sounded like an order. Now I was really afraid. I clutched my gym bag close as I passed him. "Don't ignore me," he hissed. He reached for me and missed. I walked faster. He was behind me. I broke into a run. He ran after me. Hey there, come back here." I had been stupid going out alone, but fortunately, unlike most people, I wasn't helpless. As I ran, I focused on something completely different. I concentrated on an image in my mind. Then I felt the change begin. My legs grew thick. My arms grew bigger. I could feel myself growing large and solid. I felt this squirming sensation of my ears becoming thin and leathery. But it wasn't enough to just look creepy. This guy had made me mad. I wanted to scare him half to death. My nose suddenly began to sprout. Then, from my mouth, like two huge spears, the tusks began to appear. I figured that was about enough. I broke my concentration, which stopped the morph. I stopped suddenly. The creep barreled right into me. He was not going to like what he was about to see. That's the end of chapter 4. And, okay, let me just take a little drink here. And near the end there, this chapter does get into something complex where both parties are doing something wrong. I tried to showcase that, but with my not really acting abilities, I don't know if I was really able to show that. But I've talked about this in other places. Basically, Rachel was wrong for where she was walking, that she was walking alone. And she admits this in multiple parts. So, she's wrong for doing something stupid. She was, in my mind, how I interpret the text is that Rachel is just so confused at this point in time that she wants something that she can actually accomplish. She wants to get into danger, to feel the thrill that will help relieve any of the just confused thoughts she's going through. But the guy is also in the wrong too. Because at this point in time, Rachel's around 12 or 13 in the books, I believe. And it said that the guy was high school or college. No. Because good people do not go to places and try to pick up underage kids. They're both creeps and they're both wrong. And goddamn. And so if I sound sort of odd while reading the last parts, how I seem to go between two really extreme emotions, like I'm talking to the reader, but then I'm also talking about the scenario that's happened. Oh shit. Spilled some tea. Precious tea. It's because I wanted to really showcase that Rachel is admitting her wrongdoing. While at the same time admitting, this guy is obviously not in the right either. So, if you have any opinions on this scene, like how you interpreted, if you don't think my interpretation's right, or whatever, please comment down below. Remember, no spoilers, and I count spoilers to be anything past, the current chapter I'm reading. So anything in book 1 or any of the previous chapters, A-okay, but if you're going to talk about spoilers later on, no. And there's sort of a variation of spoilers. Like, you can say, like, something really gross happens later, or, god damn it, sorry, I'm still sort of recovering from being sick a little bit, so if I seem off, I'm sorry. But, minor spoilers, oh god. Sometimes I have really good examples about minor spoilers, and sometimes I don't, but basically, minor spoilers, okay, but major spoilers like characters' deaths, a plot twist, no, those are major. But no, and I have this in place because I'm hoping that people who've never heard of Animorphs, might suddenly randomly run across this for whatever poor reason, poor soul. And so, decide to get into Animorphs, and, there's some things in the series that you really should experience for yourselves and don't deserve spoiled for you. Anywhere else I talk about Animorphs, I don't mind spoilers, but this is like a little safe place. And if you haven't yet read Animorphs, and this reading for some reason has made you interested in checking out the series, there's a link in the description if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're watching this on my blog, there's an ad at the bottom where you can click and you can, buy the book in various formats. So if you want an ebook version, or if you want a physical copy, if you want it new, or if you want to use, sky's the limit. And yeah, I think that's definitely it. And I finished the bottle of sake I had been nursing for like around a year, last Game of Thrones episode. So here's the unearthing of the next sake bottle. Like, drum roll. Maybe. Don't break it, don't break it. And again, if you do drink, get your favorite sort of drink or whatever's lying around. If you don't drink for whatever reason, get a glass of milk or something healthy, like I said, tea. Tea's here. I have Gatorade back there, so and we'll take quote-unquote shot. I used to have a shot glass, but we don't talk about that anymore, except every time I bring it up. Okay. Sorry, this is taking a few seconds. Okay, because I want to be careful, because I'm an idiot. Okay, so things to toast for. Only made one mistake, and so I've only had 2 takes this time, and as a Game of Thrones fan, please, how about the final episode not be leaked? Because like this, this isn't like a news channel about that, but basically the 6th episode was leaked. Like, it's a funny story, you should like look it up. It's hilarious, but so a shot for the season finale of Game of Thrones. Let's hope that doesn't be leaked. And did only one mistake for this chapter. Woot. And I'm sorry, I was going to have 2 chapters out this week, but as I mentioned, I was sick, and so yeah, that sort of put a damper on that. So hopefully next week I'll be back to my regular 2-chapter schedule. And hope you have a good day. Bye.